You said a moment ago, and this is of particular interest for us here at the Theology of the Body Institute, you are working with live models,
Yeah.
male and female,
Yep.
in the nude.
Yep.
So there are a lot of viewers out there who are probably thinking, oh, how do I even see a nude in the right way? Like, we are so pornified in our understanding of the human body. Dear God, have mercy on us. We can't even imagine a pure way of seeing the human body. And it's not like any of us can claim we don't have the pool of a disordered desire in us towards the naked body. So how do you, as a 27-year-old man, how do you dispose yourself, open your heart to seeing the human body in a right way, in a pure way? Take us through that.
Well, so prayer is important. I mean, this teaching, the theology of the body, has been pretty life-changing for me. I think for most people who encounter it and in an honest way, they find that to be so. And what I've been able to learn and internalize from the teachings of JP2 in the meaning of the human body, what it represents, why we ought to respect it, the fact that it expresses a person, and it's not an object. It's very important.
The body expresses the person. And if we have eyes to see the body expressing the person, then we're not encountering an object in the body for my titillation.
Yeah.
We're encountering a person made in the image and likeness of God. And that takes us to a different place in the human heart, where we can learn through an inner journey, as you said, a pilgrimage of purification. We can learn to see the body as the revelation of the dignity of the person. One of the ways I say it to my students is that even in the fallen world, the face has retained the ability to reveal the person. And I say, in the beginning, before sin entered the world, when they were naked without shame, it was as if the whole body were a face. The whole body had the capacity to reveal the person.
Right.
And I remember one student years ago said, he misunderstood what I was saying.
Yeah.
I saw him going, what? He said, Christopher, what are you saying? It's like, in the beginning, they were just like Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. Like the whole body was a face.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying what the face can still do, reveal the person.
Yeah.
The whole body.
Yeah, wow.
In the beginning, revealed the person.
It's amazing.
Blessed are the pure of heart, for they shall see God.
Yeah.
And if we go on that pilgrimage, it is truly possible. JP2 is saying this in his Theology of the Body. It is truly possible. I'll just quote him. In the Sermon on the Mount, when Jesus says, if you even look lustfully, you've already committed adultery in your heart. JP2 says, this is an invitation to a pure way of looking at the human body, capable of respecting what he calls the spousal meaning of the body. And that means that in our very bodies as male and female, we see this call to a spousal communion, right? A man's body doesn't make sense by itself. Woman's body doesn't make sense by itself. Seen in light of each other, with purity of heart, we recognize there is a call to holy communion here. A holy communion that God designed specifically to reveal in the world, to make visible in the world, the mystery hidden within the Godhead for all eternity, which is the mystery of life-giving communion. Life-giving communion. For all eternity, the Father is generating the Son, not in a sexual way, because the Trinity in itself is not sexual. The Trinity is pure spirit. But within the Trinity, from all eternity, the Father is generating the Son to share in the love of the Holy Spirit. And JP2 says it's as if the Trinity is having a conversation amongst themselves when they say, let's make a creature in our image. Male and female, he created them, and he blessed them, and he said, generate, be fertile. human generation, sexual generation, the union of the two in one flesh, the call to be fruitful and multiply, becomes, in this biblical vision, a making visible of the invisible mystery of generation within the Trinity, a making visible in the body, male and female, the two become one flesh, be fruitful and multiply. This is a sign, a sacramental sign, John Paul II says, of the mystery hidden in God for all eternity. And why I love to talk to artists. I'm not a sculptor. I'm not a painter. I am a something of a musician. But the way I approach theology is very much in the frame of an artist, not so much an intellectual, but an artist. Because there's what I'm trying to do with words, you're trying to do with sculptor, and as a sculptor. And what I'm doing with words is I'm trying to make what is invisible visible. I'm trying to make what is incommunicable communicable. Art does the very same thing. So there's this profound connection between the gospel and art.
Yeah.
Because both are, and it ties all back to theology of the body, art, theology, the body, all have the same goal, which is to make visible and communicable what is invisible and incommunicable.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's kind of one of the interesting ironies about figure sculpture is that it's true that the body reveals the person, and we, as we are, like me, myself, as an actual human, not a sculpture of a person, I have a soul and I have a body, and it's the same.
You are a union of the two.
Yeah. But with sculpture, it's like what I'm trying to do is make clay appear in such a way that a person kind of does shine through.
Yes.
Because the danger that you can fall into is to make the body an object.
There it is.
And it's very easy because the sculpture is actually an object.
Yes. This is good. This is good.
And it's very dangerous, and it's very easy to fall into that.
JP2 says, just what you said. You said it very, very well. Your goal as an artist, in shaping out of clay, the human body in its nakedness. Your goal is, how did you say it?
To try to make the person shine through.
Boom. To reveal the person.
Yeah.
And this is precisely, in JP2's own language, the difference between a pornographic portrayal of the human body and an appropriate artistic portrayal of the human body. One, just as you said, is trying to reveal through the painting or the sculpture the person, the deeper reality, to enable the dignity of being human to shine forth. Whereas the goal of a pornographer is to portray the body in such a way as to make it an object for someone else's titillation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you I always make this as my point. I've been in Rome many times. I was just there a week ago. And you can't tour St. Peter's Basilica or the Vatican Museum or the Sistine Chapel and conclude that it's immoral to show the naked human form.
Yeah.
Right? There are more bare breasts in St. Peter's Basilica than you can shake a stick at.
Yeah.
Some of the sculptures I'm talking about. There's also a dress code to enter St. Peter's Basilica.
Yeah.
Right? And that's not a contradiction.
Yeah.
Right? What the Vatican is saying, what the church is saying, what Catholicism is saying is the body properly understood, properly portrayed, properly depicted in art, and properly seen with the human eye is the revelation of a divine mystery. Yeah. It was just in morning prayer a couple days ago, so it's fresh in my mind, the reading where Jesus says, if your eye is sound, it's a big if, but if your eye is sound, your whole body will be filled with light. Mm-hmm. But if your eye is not sound, your whole body will be in darkness. Mm-hmm. And if your body is in darkness, how dark will that darkness be? Yeah. I don't know that there is a more accurate statement of diagnosis of the crisis in the modern world than that. Our eyes have been trained by a pornographic mindset, and so our eyes are not sound.
Yeah.
And so our body remains in darkness.
Yeah.
So one of the gifts of good art, how do we overcome evil?
Yeah.
We overcome evil with good. And the problem with pornography is not that it shows the naked body.
Yeah.
The Sistine Chapel shows the naked body. The countless sculptures in St. Peter's show the naked body. The problem with pornography is the manner in which it shows the naked body. The naked body is being depicted by people whose eyes are not sound, and they are depicting it precisely to foster this unsound approach to the body. What many Christians don't seem to understand is that there is true power flowing from the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ to make our eyes sound. Right? How could Christ possibly call us to have sound eyes if he's not going to give us the power to have sound eyes? And so the Catechism says, and I'm often criticized for saying things like this by those who don't believe this is possible. So I just say, well, look what the Catechism says. And because people will say, okay, that's maybe for the eschaton, at the resurrection of the body, we'll all have the eyes to be able to see the human body rightly, but not in this world. And I say, okay, there's a certain truth there, because in this world, there's always going to be some tension. I don't care if you're Mother Teresa or John Paul II, there's going to be a tension in the human heart between an appropriate way of seeing and an inappropriate way of seeing. And the theological tradition calls this the wrestling with concupiscence, a disordering of our desires. There's always going to be that tension. But as JP2 says over and over and over and over again, there is real power flowing from the death and resurrection to enable us to overcome the pull of concupiscence and come more and more, I quoted this earlier, I'll say it again, to come to appreciate the gratuitous beauty of the human body in its masculinity and femininity. Yeah. And I don't know if I said that on camera or if that was before we started rolling.
Yeah, I think it was on camera.
It was on camera. Yeah, the gratuitous beauty.
Yeah, I like that word, and that the usage of that word in that sentence is a little shocking to me, because gratuitous, I think, usually.
Yeah, no, gratuitous here means just like a super abundant. Well, gratuity is a graciousness, right? Okay. I don't need to give this to you. There's no necessity for it.
Okay, gratuity. Yeah.
A gratuity. Sure. Gratuitous means we usually think of gratuitous violence or something like that, and that means it's not needed. And when JP2 describes the human body, the beauty of the human body as gratuitous, is he saying there's no reason for that beauty other than beauty? Yeah. There's no purpose for that beauty other than the appreciation of beauty. And I'm utterly convinced that the enemy's goal in giving us this diabolic, twisted, pornographic vision of the body, his goal is one, to blind us, to enable us to behold the gratuitous beauty of the body in such a way that it lifts our sights to the heavens. And there's this marvelous line in the Old Testament. It's the scene, I forget from which book in the Old Testament, where these old men encounter Susanna, who's taking a bath in the gardens, and they're filled with lust, and they want to have their way with her. And there's this one line that could seem like you kind of throw it away, but no, it describes the whole thing. It says, they refused to lift their eyes to the heavens. That's what lust is.
Yeah, I see.
Where we look at the body as something merely of the earth and for my selfish gratification. Yeah. If they had allowed Susanna's beauty to lift their eyes to the heavens, they never would have treated her as a thing for their own gratification. And what I love about what you're doing, Gabriel, and your name, by the way, I mean, I'm into names. Like
Yeah,
names have profound meaning,
Yeah.
right? This is why I purposely go by Christopher, because I mean, my family never called me Chris, but beyond that, there's a meaning to a name, and I am called to be a Christ bearer. That's what Christopher means, right? Well, how did Mary become a Christ bearer? An angel, Gabriel, comes to her and says, your body is going to make visible the invisible mystery hidden in God for all eternity.
Yeah.
Your body
Yeah.
is now going to generate the second person of the Trinity that the Father has been generating for all eternity. Now, in the fullness of time, the eternal generation of the Son is going to be revealed through your female body. A male child born of a woman. It's always male and female together that reveal the mystery of the gospel. And this is why I love what you're doing, Gabriel. Love the name. You are incarnating. That was the message of Gabriel, the incarnation. You are incarnating the body in such a way as to lift our eyes to the heavens. That's what you're doing.
That's the goal. Yeah.
And I say, thank you.
Yeah.
This is the antidote to the pornographic vision of the body.